I'm your ice cream man, baby. Stop me when I'm passing by. Is this how we're going to start our episode?
Yeah,
With the
it
gum
is.
removal?
I am. I had to take my gum
Can
out.
I distract you with Tina's incredible pirate glass? Because
Quick,
she's
don't
so
look.
gangster. My neighbors are going to love that. So both my neighbors and Tina and I are at our undisclosed location. We're doing yet another episode of, what is this called?
Harleys and Hairspray.
Yeah, correct. And I think our camera angles are, again, our
Think we're
multi-camera
good?
show, just like
Yes.
Seinfeld. We're right up there with Seinfeld,
Oh
the multi-camera
boy,
show.
we are the shit.
And correct. So this is a conversation about living in your art, being an artist, and it's an ongoing engagement for our listener via varied questions, topics, probes. We like to probe. Everybody likes a good probe.
Oh yeah.
Of what are you doing to live an inspired life, to live creatively? What does that look like for you? How much time are you investing in it? What is your path? And we try to engage the listener and inspire each other through those conversations and moments of sharing about what that looks for us on the daily. Because we're lucky enough to be in a position to have time or make time to be creative. So here we are. Hey, was your creativity different when you were a few decades younger?
Say more.
I wonder if, so off camera you were commenting on my dudeness. And although you won't find that term in the dictionary, my dudeness these days looks like complete candor and no filter, and I just say what's on my mind. And sometimes it's a little crass and off-putting, but it's always honest, and it always taps into a shared reality. Now, if I were to say something like that in my songwriting right now, I'd be very candid. Like I would say, I wouldn't use big metaphors. I'd say, I need love. I would use those three words. I would say, I need love, because that's what I need, and I wouldn't beat around the bush. So at my age, that would be a very basic request. 20 years ago, I would travel through the halls of metaphors and tone painting and to kind of say the same thing circuitously, and I would be circuitous about it because I would not be secure enough to just simply be direct and say what I need. So my art looked and sounded quite different 20 years ago than it does now. And I'm wondering if I'm unique in that, or if that's a common journey where as we get to know each other in our evolution, the art that we create also unfolds and evolves and changes. And how was that for you? Because you're very confident. Yeah, I promise you will get a chance to speak. But you are very confident and self-assured, and you know yourself. But I also know that your internal softness, you're a gummy bear. You're such a beautiful, tender, you're a bad bitch for sure. But you're such a gummy bear, and you're such a nurturer, and you've got such softness. So what has that been like for you? Have you always been this self-assured and such a bad bitch? And if not, as you were evolving into your bad bitchery, was your art also in flux in that evolution? And over to you.
Well, I feel like I need to address the bad bitch in the room.
Touche! Preach!
First, wow.
Put that on a business card.
Damn, that's a good question.
Yeah, but gummy. Don't forget the gummy.
Oh yeah, no, I'm all gummy.
Yeah,
I am so, as you know, I'm so gummy. Like, I cry almost every day. Like, almost every day. And not because I'm sad, because I'm moved. Like, it is so easy for me to allow being moved by something.
That's really, really beautiful.
It's like always right there. And so I think, but I'm going to address the bad bitch in the room first. Mm-hmm. And I also grew up with 8 brothers and youngest in a blended family. And I grew up the youngest of all the siblings at that time. I'm also adopted, and I've met my biological mom, and I have 2 more brothers. And I also have 3 sons. And so my life's journey has seen me walking with male energy since I came into the world. And
Not complicated at all. Good thing. Just straight ahead.
and so there is a, like, I can play with the boys. I can totally play with the boys. And what I think has changed is I can hold my agency as my feminine side and I don't have to trade. I don't have to be either with the boys or soft and feminine. I can be with the boys and I can cry in 3 seconds if something comes up. Like I can move in between quite fluidly now. But there is a bad bitch in the room because I can hold my own, and I will hold my own if I need to. But back to art, which is still art. Like I even think my art reflects that. Like I will come out swinging in my art, and then I will back way up and expose the underbelly. And I think what's changed for me is in my 20s, 20 years ago, all I did was write about my own life. Like all I did was, it was like therapy theater. And I mean, no, I'm not trying to dismiss therapy theater, because truthfully, art is every piece of art is therapeutic. It's moving something. But what shifted for me is the more I've done, the less I need to talk about myself and my journey. And the more I can talk about the things I'm interested in, while knowing it's still always a reflection of me because it came from me.
Right.
So I feel like I have more agency. I feel like I take bigger risks about being misunderstood. I kind of don't give a shit if people get it or don't get it.
Love it.
What I care about the most is that I will not sacrifice truthfulness for an audience. I will not. And it's non-negotiable for me.
Beautiful.
And that, I think that's totally changed. Like in my early days, it's like, do people like it? Are they going to like it? And it's like, I don't care if you like it. I care that it's honest now. Because if it's like raw and honest, it's going to have an impact. And whether they like it or not, they're going to be moved by it.
Thank you for your candid response. How many humans that get into the arts get into it for validation rather than art, rather than creation? Or is that
that's a great question.
Or is that just the first couple of chapters of youth as an artist?
I think I'd lean more in that direction. I think one of the traps maybe of art is an expression out that an audience receives. So it's not journal writing, though it could be. It's not it's not doodling, although it could be. It's implied that someone's going to see it. So as soon as you have something emergent that someone then sees, you see their reaction. And immediately you're either validated or invalidated. And so I do think that a large number of people, they don't necessarily gravitate to the arts for this, but they might stay for that feeling of that might be the only place in their life they actually feel validated.
Mm-hmm.
Like that happens. There's a lot of artists that don't know how to bring their art home or with them in their relationships or friendships, but on the stage, that's acceptable. Or on the page or the wall, that's safe and acceptable.
So are you saying that most people that go into the arts are initially broken, thus needing validation, thus needing...
No.
Do broken people... Are there any broken accountants?
Yeah.
I'm broken. I'm a CRA.
Yeah. Do you know what I used to say to my kids when they were younger? I would say, especially in their early teen years, I say, do you know how many unhappy grown-ups I know? All of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of... That's a good number.
Right? And say, so do not choose something that's going to make you unhappy. Choose something. I don't care what money you're making or if it's artistic or blah, 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 blah. Choose the thing that brings you joy. Mm-hmm. So are there broken accountants? Yes. You know how they're broken? They are tied to a job they hate. I'm not saying accountants hate their job, but whether you're an accountant or a lawyer or a doctor or a vet, like, whatever you do, if you're doing it because you're trading, you are protecting something, that's a sign of brokenness.
There's no way. I'm sorry.
You can't go with me on that carpet ride?
No, of course I can. I'm going to add to that carpet ride. There is no way that an accountant was an 8-year-old with a dream of being an accountant. I don't believe it. Teach me, call me, email me, holler at us. We're easy to find. We're in the hats. There is no way that any 8-year-old who is running around and listening to music and skipping barefoot in the streets and following the ice cream truck and looking at cute bear videos in Russia wants to be an accountant. I don't believe it.
Ooh.
Every accountant is following his plan B or C. I don't know.
Ooh.
I'm so convinced. And then the following of plan B is, if you're not broken, that'll leave you broken. That'll break you. At least as artists.
Wow, I just want to hold that for a second.
You better hold
following
that.
a plan B will break you.
Will break you. At least as artists, if you're broken from family dysfunction or whatever it is, or you're an attention whore, so you're broken that way, you're an only child, synonymous with attention whore, thank you, I'm here. You are broken, but you go into the arts and you look for healing and you use your brokenness to move culture forward or to do something to make an imprint of value. So you can take your brokenness and make it an asset, make it emotional equity.
Yeah. You
can. But if you don't follow your plan A, whatever that is, your plan B, even if you're healthy, your plan B is going to leave you broken. Is going to break you. And then there's no coming back from that because you're following plan B into your 30s and 40s and you have a mortgage and you have kids. And then all of a sudden a retirement plan, and guess what? You're broken and retired. What are you going to do?
You're going to numb out is you're going to do.
And that's no way to live.
So that you're not broken.
Are you still holding that?
You will, what?
Are they holding all the stuff I said?
Yeah.
Still holding it?
Oh, yeah, I'm holding it. I got you. I
can't believe it. Imagine you're 8. You remember any one of your 3 boys at 8?
Yeah.
You think any one of them would have said, Mom, I have this undying dream. I need to be an accountant.
Yeah, no. Yeah, right. No. But there's also, because accountant is that's like a construct that we made.
Yeah, correct.
Like,
can we just say that an accountant is not specifically an accountant?
It's not an archetype.
That's
you
right.
Know what I'm saying?
It's a metaphor for a safe plan B journey.
Right, okay.
It's not sitting in your office as an accountant.
Now, here's what I will say.
Although
I think people are born lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Because underneath lawyers is a call potentially for justice, or which they came into the world with that.
Or you're a master debater.
Or you're a master, yes, absolutely. Or you're totally.
Like you just have that thing. All of a sudden in grade 11, you're in the debate class and you realize, in the real world, I could apply these skills.
Yes.
And I could go to bat and argue for any position, pro or con.
Yep.
And that's why I'm so great in this debate team.
Yep.
Where in the real world can I apply those skills? Oh, of course.
Yep. Totally.
In the legal system.
I do see that. I think there are jobs that are outside the arts that are totally called to us. And it's just about landing in what is the profession that allows this expression of my being to be free.
But that also takes, this is what I love about you. You know exactly who you are. One of the many things I love about you. You know exactly who you are. And what you're speaking to is understanding what kind of animal you are and maximizing that. And if you're numerical, or if you're linguistic, or if you're musical, or whatever it is, who are you and how do you maximize the journey in your particular lane as the animal that you are?
Well, I just want to come back to, you have a thing, this is where we're different and get each other though. You have a thing about that word maximize.
Yeah.
Like you do, and I don't. I'm like, you might maximize it, you might not, but as long as you're living in your lane, like, wow, what a gift. You know, people don't live in their lane.
Right.
Just landing in your lane.
But that in and of itself, I think, is maximizing your experience.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that get in
Okay.
your lane and then travel faster than everybody
Okay.
else.
Okay, that's cool.
But just landing in your lane already is a win.
Right. And is maximizing this opportunity called life.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
But now, if you can take it to the next step and actually run faster than everybody else in that way, then you're really winning. All right. Then you're really crushing.
Then you're crushing it.
That's right. That's right.
Ha.
Yeah. So sorry to all the accountants, but I think that's today in the 2 episodes, the 2 conversations, we really focused on a couple of key elements in knowing who you are. Go to the spaces that feel like home, that are a real emotional, spiritual lock for you. And yeah, we're talking about geographic and communal places. And figure out what kind of animal you are and let that drive you. Don't choose money. Let your passion choose you. What is that wonderful expression about? You don't have to chase anything. You're the prize. Let the universe chase you.
Oh,
You're the prize.
that.
Right?
I love that.
If you empower yourself and you realize the answers are within me, I know who I am, let me fully disclose that to myself, the things that are meant for me in the universe will chase me and lock into me. So if I love Miami and salsa music, I'm not chasing salsa music. There's something, when I hear salsa music, there's something about that finds me.
Yes.
The way it communicates on its own runs to me and says, I belong to you. I really speak to you. It's coming to me. I'm not coming to it. I'm not looking for Mark Anthony's big band. When I find them, it feels like home. But when Mark Anthony on his own makes that music, and that music traverses its way to my ear hole and locates me, it presses that button in me that says, welcome home, pal. Hola, amigo.
So that, to me, is the quest for you listening. What's finding you? What has consistently been finding you that you may be going, not right now? And I want to preface that with, like, sometimes we think we're chased by bad things, right? That's not where I'm going. Not in the karma conversation, which is his own conversation.
These broken women won't leave me alone.
Right, that's not where we're going. It's like, what are these things that light you up that have been chasing you forever?
And they are patterns. You will see them.
They are patterns.
They're not accidental, one-off. They will be recurring events that chase you and find you, that you may be putting on the shelf because you have more pressing commitments that are steeped in survival. Understandably, no judgment. But what's been chasing you cyclically throughout life?
Because you're the prize.
Come on.
You nailed that one.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, you're the prize.
Why don't you guys go live with that? I guess we'll talk again soon.
We'll see you next time.
Keep tuning in. Spread the word, by the way. And if you like what we're doing, let us know through a subscription or
a sponsor.
So many sponsorships. Beef jerky, hats, whatever. We're down for everything.
We'll do it.
Yeah. Peace out. Have a great day, everybody.
I'm your ice cream, my baby.